Hey, what's up everybody? This is Chris with Digital REM, and in this video we're going to go over some of the add-on features for your Wix website. So with that being said, we're just going to hop right into it. Let's go. Boom, so here it is. This is where we left off in the building of the Wix website for the last video. So with that being said, we're going to go into the next part of building the Wix website, being some of the add-on features that you might want to have for your site. Super gem. Now that you kind of understand at least how to build out the visuals, you know where to find things as far as hitting the plus sign, kind of going out and building out some of the visuals. Now I'm going to show you some of a super gem that a lot of new people who are building websites don't know of, and I'm going to show you exactly how to get some of these additional apps to help you with your website. So with that being said, you want to go here to the left side where that plus sign was, and you see we have layers, we have pages, we have global settings, or global section, we have the site styles, app market, CMS, so on and so forth. We want to go to app market. Boom, app market. And this is going to allow you to add some functionality to your website. So if your website is a store, you want to be able to allow people to go in and shop. So we're going to go ahead and add that as a store. And you see adding Wix store to your website. Boom. I'm just going to introduce these. We're going to add them. I'm just introducing them now and adding the ones that we need for this website. But at the same time, you will now know how to add these elements onto your website. And we will go further into, some of the functionality with setting up some of these elements for your website. But right now, it's just an introduction to they're here. You have the ability right here on Wix. So with that being said, boom, store is added. We want Wix bookings. So this is Wix bookings allows somebody to come to your site, schedule a time to visit you, a time to book your services, a time to get on a call with you. Essentially, it's in the name. Bookings allows people to reserve a time slot for whatever you are offering. So again, Wix bookings is what we're looking at now. This is an example of a bookings page, a very rough example of what a booking page is. So you have a service title with $45. Oh, I want to book that now, or whatever the case may be. Or this vacation spot for $60, $50. I want to book that now. My Airbnb, I want to book that. Blah 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 blah. My rent clothing, I want to book that. My hotel stay, I want to book that. Whatever the case may be, it allows you to do that through your Wix website. So let's continue on. We're gonna add, now that the bookings is done, we added a Wix members area. I don't know if it did that automatically when we did the store or not, but you want to have a Wix members area, so that will allow people the ability to be able to log into your website and have certain permissions once they log in. So you might have certain things that only login members have access to, and you might have certain things that only visitors have access to, but you'll be able to define that through your login membership. So your login members might have access to certain pages, certain forums, certain groups, certain content, whatever the case may be. You have your login members, right? We actually want to set up a Wix blog. This is also super important. Now, this one's super important, and it's one of those things a blog is one of those things that's very overlooked, and there are a lot of benefits behind having a blog. Now, again, if you are familiar with blogs, you probably know much about blogs, so I don't think I really have to go too far into it. But if you know how to use a blog strategically, you can essentially generate marketing around your blog, or generate a marketing campaign utilizing your blog. So again, one of those super gems that I highlight when I am actually working with a client on their website. Like, hey, we're going to get you a blog, and this is how we're going to use that blog to actually maximize your brand and maximize your reach and further engage with your audience. So again, blogs are very important, right? All right. If you want to do Wix event and tickets, you can. We're not going to do it for this website for this site, but again, you can do Wix events and tickets. Actually, we will do it for this site. I'm gonna just put it on there for now. But you can do Wix events and tickets, and that allows people again to purchase a ticket to an event, book a. You can do it in bookings as well, but again, these could be virtual events. These could be in-person events. But when they actually book a ticket or purchase a ticket to a Wix event, they get an invoice with all of the stuff in their ticket, ticket code, so they'll have the barcode so they can scan it at the door. All of the different things that you can set up for your Wix site. Again, it depends on your business and how your business is set up. But again, these is one of those things that you can figure out as you go. Wix video, everything you need to showcase your video. We're gonna go ahead and add that. I don't know if it's needed. A Wix forum, we can add a Wix forum. This is again one of those features that when you have, how would you like your form to look? I like this one. Or a social feed. Actually, I like this one better. But yeah, your forum, again, just like any other social media platform, like it's gonna allow whoever's your members or your login people to be able to have a community, talk amongst each other, share content, share resources, things like that. Essentially, it's a forum. Like, here's a good example. Like, if I scroll down, you can see this is what it'll look like. So just imagine, like, these are multiple members. Some are posting pictures. People are liking pictures. People are commenting on pictures. All of the above, pretty much for your forum, for your website. So again, one of those things that, again, you might not need it, but it's one of those things, if you add it on, it's definitely good to have if you need it. Wix, especially if it's community. Wix pricing plan, very important to have if you are, like, if it's a membership site, something along those lines, like people to become a member or whatever the case may be, or to purchase something, they would have to have a pricing plan. Like, hey, what is the price for XYZ in comparison to this, that, and third? You would think it's through a store, but a pricing plan can just be like, again, access, a membership, things like that. Those are pricing plans. Or videography services, a pricing plan. Graphic design services, a pricing plan for, let's say, a monthly recurring thing. Pricing plan. Again, it's easy to think like, hey, you just be able to put it in the store and say for this amount of money, you set up, you get the request videography service, but the pricing plan allows you to kind of organize it a little better. So again, you want to set up your pricing plan, and I'm going to go ahead and put Wix groups as well. Again, you can start to all of your members of your site. If you are on a pricing plan and certain members are paying members, you can group them all together. If you have the members that are like, other types of members, you can group them together. So different groups, and different groups might have different access to your website. So super, super important, right? Now, I ain't gonna say if you don't find, but those are like the typical run-of-the-mill apps that you would use for your site. Like, Wix built apps that you would use for your site, but they have a whole marketplace full of apps that you can also use for your website. So again, I'm not going to hold your hand through this process, because this is just like if I'm trying to tell you how to navigate the iTunes store, the Apple store, the Google Play store, like with all of the different apps out there. Like, these are developer made apps, who developers come in, they make apps that will help your site. So you can go through this marketplace and figure out which ones that you like this one, Wix Hotels. If you have a hotel site, this might be, or an Airbnb site, this might be one that works for you, right? If you have a restaurant, this might be one that works for you. Like Wix Progress showcases photos and highest quality online. Like, that might be one you want. Like, you want your members to be, and yourself to be able to always post galleries and have it high quality. So you might want to add that to your site, right? And it's as simply as that. Like, add to site. It's that simple, right? We're going to go back to manage apps. App market, boom. And you can filter out which ones you're kind of wanting to do. Or you can just start to scroll, like social media icons. That's a big one. That's a big one. You can add that one, right? But social media icons, even though they give you the icons, you can always recreate those and create them as buttons yourself. Like we showed you how to do that, like essentially how to take an image and add a link to it, so when somebody clicks on it, it'll automatically do that. So it might be even better to just like go through them like this down the side. So you see we have social. These are all the social apps. So you have Instagram feed, you have the Instagram follower counter, all of this stuff that's for social. SEO tools. These will keep track of like all of the back end data for your website, right? And so on and so forth. I'm not gonna hold your hand through this, but I noticed one because I just edited a client's podcast. So let me just go real quick to this one, podcast. And this more than likely will have the feature where they can play audio through your website. So you'll have the ability to play audio through your website. Now again, super, super important. Now I'm gonna tie this all together real quick. I'm gonna tie this all together because now think, if you are I'm just throw something out there. If you are a podcast creator and you have a website that has membership, well, maybe the membership, whoever paid for a certain plan, they have access to certain podcasts that the visitors don't necessarily have access to, and certain groups and forums that the visitors don't have access to. So hopefully that example gives you a good guide on why these are super helpful when actually taking your website to the next level. Super, super important. So boom, there it is. You got to see exactly how we set up some of the functionality for our websites when we create them for clients, when we create them for ourselves, and when you create it for yourself at this point. So now you have the ability to learn, to tap into some of the resources that you would use to build your site out and create the function that you would need for your business. So with that being said, hey, hopefully you found some super, super, super value in this video, and I will see you all in the next lesson. Later, y'all. Peace.